The glow wasn't visible, but it was there, silent, invisible, and lethal. On an August night in 1945, in the shadow of Los Alamos laboratory, a sphere of plutonium pulsed with potential. They called it Rufus at first, an innocent-sounding name for what would become one of the most infamous objects in nuclear history. Later, it would be known only by whispers, the Demon Core. It was meant for Japan, a third bomb. But Nagasaki changed everything. The war was ending. The core was never dropped. And so it sat, seething, unfinished, deadly, at the heart of a secret facility in the New Mexico desert, waiting for someone to make a mistake. That didn't take long. Harry Daghlian was 24, a physicist, precise, meticulous, but young. On the night of August 21st, he stayed behind alone, working past midnight on a neutron reflector experiment. The room was dim, the core resting under layers of tungsten bricks designed to bounce neutrons back inward. Daghlian stacked one brick too many. The core went critical. Blue light erupted, an instant, blinding pulse. Reflexively, he knocked the last brick away, halting the reaction. But the damage was already done. He was bathed in radiation. His hand swelled, his organs faltered. Over 26 days, he died slowly, painfully, in isolation, becoming the first man ever killed by a criticality accident. The core had claimed its first soul, but not its last. 9 months later, the core sat waiting again. This time, it was Louis Slotin, another physicist, older, cockier, used to working on the edge. He'd been warned. His method was dangerous. He insisted on continuing anyway. May 21st, 1946. A group of scientists gathered around him, watching as he demonstrated the experiment. The setup was simple and lethal. Slotin was lowering a beryllium hemisphere over the core, manually, using just a screwdriver to keep the two halves from fully enclosing it. If the top slipped, even by a hair, it slipped. A flash, a burst of blue, an audible click, and a wave of heat that those present would describe as if a door to hell had opened. Slotin reacted instantly. He yanked the top hemisphere away, absorbing nearly the entire dose of radiation himself. He saved the others, but not himself. The symptoms began almost immediately. Nausea, vomiting, burning pain. Slotin's skin turned red, then blistered. His white blood cell count vanished. His body broke down piece by piece over 9 agonizing days. The nurses had to rotate his position every few hours to ease the agony of his decaying flesh. He knew what was happening. He'd seen Daghlian die, and now it was his turn. Slotin passed on May 30th, age 35. The military sealed the room. The core was never used in another experiment. It was melted down and repurposed, its identity erased, but its legacy remained. 2 deaths, both in peacetime, both in a laboratory thousands of miles from any battlefield. They called it the Demon Core not because of what it was, but because of what it did. It killed not through malice, but through precision, through indifference, through the quiet horror of science unbound. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. If you enjoyed this true story, join us next time, if you dare.